Hi everyone, welcome on board to Helper.tv.
The worst has finally happened to Simon Ekpa. The same way they did it to Nnamdi Kanu is the same. This is so sad. This is so sad. I want you to pay attention to this audio. And once the Nigerian government begins such, you know that they will not stop until they achieve, until they fulfill what they are on about. Simon Ekpa, he has to take time to protect himself. Although there are some people in Ipob who are not happy with Simon Ekpa. They said his words and attitude is just so radical that it's more like an extremist. While there are some who say, yes, we are in support of Simon Ekpa. Of course, Ipob had internal issues, the DOS, who is going to be in charge, and the autopilot and everything that happened. You are about to hear from the Nigerian army. You'll be listening to the Nigerian government, and what they're about to do to Simon Ekpa will shock you. But before we proceed, like and share this video. Tap on the thanks button. If you're new here, tap on the subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say thanks for returning and thanks for being here. Let's get right into it.
Simon Ekpa. So this individual has become a menace to this country.
Order.
Samuel Ekpa has become a menace to this country. So the country must act on it diplomatically. Finland is having a free way, encouraging him to do what he's doing. By his utterances and his actions, he's affecting what is happening in Nigeria. We should never allow that, sir. So I think our foreign service need to step in to address such issues. Another aspect of the judiciary is this. You do all your efforts, you make an arrest, you hand over before the man is released on bail. Now you have risked yourself in doing that. By the time he is released, he goes to tell the people who you are, and then your family members or you are at risk. So it gets to a stage where the security forces are not even willing to do it, because once you get an arrest, the person is released.
Based on our strategic position in the Gulf of Guinea, sees the entire Gulf of Guinea as our maritime area of interest, and therefore we have a larger role even beyond our exclusive economic zone. Now, this maritime area of interest and our maritime environment is the treasure base of the nation's resources, starting from oil and gas to fisheries and other mineral resources, then including the fact that it constitutes a major trade route. Of course, we all know here that over 80% of all trade between Nigeria and other countries are based on seaborne trade.
We met on ground a police force that has been battered, a police force that has suffered serious neglect over the past few years. The police also finds itself operating in a very difficult environment, partly as a result, as a direct consequences of this neglect. The manpower in the police today is grossly inadequate.
The other separatists, let me use the word to describe Ipob, but ESN and Boko Haram, and even the Didowa group as well. We want dialogue. Dialogue is cheaper. Dialogue is respectful. Dialogue is accommodating. If America could talk to the Taliban in Afghanistan after so many years of fighting, if the British government could talk to the IRA in Northern Ireland after so many years of bloodletting, why can't we sit down and discuss with all these groups? And I mean, they're our brothers and sisters. They're not from the moon. Some of my colleagues said that they should bring back Simon Ekpa from Iceland. I said, no. If you think Simon Ekpa is the one making orders for sit at home in Southeast or encouraging the killings of people, then let's dialogue with him. It is meaningless to be asking the British, the Finnish government to bring him back to Nigeria to face trial. Look, let me tell you, even if you capture him, bring him here, and prosecute him and put him in custody, 100,000 other Simon Ekpas will emerge. You know, by now we should also have come to the conclusion or the recognition that you don't kill ideas through the barrels of a gun. You can't. You know? So what is it that's instigating the resentment? What are they trying to achieve? So many years ago, I went to Bulak town in the company of my late friend Ahmed Bulak, who was killed in Imo State last year or so. And in course of that trip, I decided to just take a drive to a very beautiful vicinity. I saw the mountains behind his house. On the way, I came across some people who said they were Boko Haram. They didn't allow me to continue because they told me that that place was their territory. It is no longer part of Nigeria, that they've taken over. But I spoke to them, and we conversed in a very civilized way. They didn't hurt me. But from talking to them, I realized that they were in charge of that area. They were in charge of everything, everything about taxes, everything about government in those areas. They were in charge. But how long are we going to continue to either raid them, kill them, or they kill us? You know, why don't we talk to them?
Welcome back. You heard the Nigerian army, they are prepared. They say that Simon Ekpa is a threat to the Nigerian state, to the country, and that Simon Ekpa hid in Finland. And you know that the Nigerian government contacted Finnish government, and they called in Simon Ekpa when he was about to travel to Israel. He was brought in for questioning. He definitely knows what happened to Nnamdi Kanu, and they are taking time to study to understand what is applicable in Finland. He got himself out after he responded with what he knows, evidence, and what has happened to his people. The Nigerian government believes that Simon Ekpa is behind the unknown gunmen and a lot of terrible things that have been happening. Like I said, people are divided on this. They say, why are you taking the life of our people? A story was shared back then. We do not know how true it is, that an elderly woman was going to get treatment, and because of the sit-at-home, she and her children were taken. I mean, their lives were taken. They said, why didn't you sit at home, regardless of your health condition? That is inhumane. That is inhumane. If you say people should sit at home, there are people that should be exempted. That is what we call democracy. But those that are screaming for this, let us break Nigeria apart, let us do this, they do not even understand what democracy is. They do not understand what is applicable. They become rogues. They claim that they are activists, but not revolutionaries that reflect. They don't do any of that. They are just calling for this, calling for this. They care less. Now, the question we should ask ourselves is this: how does sit-at-home affect the Nigerian economy? Does it stop oil from being pumped? Does it stop gold from being mined? You should ask yourself how Nigeria gets money. They get money three ways: from the resources of the country that they steal from, they loot, and also from money that they borrow. Money that will not be paid years to come. They will keep loaning money, keep doing all of this terrible. That's what they do. They get money from this. From this. This is how they get money. Nigeria, that's how they get money. So if some couple of people are to sit at home in the southeast of Nigeria, how does that stop the tax or the VAT that the government gets? The third way of making money, how does it stop them? The population of those in the southeast who wish to sit at home cannot hurt the Nigerian economy per se. But that is the only thing that they feel that they can do to press or to sway the hand of the government. But the kind of government that we have are too rugged. You cannot sit at home and sitting at home will, maybe probably work in a single climb where the economy has been projected or routed in a certain direction. It can't work this way. Sitting at home, you're hurting your own personal income. It's not going to hurt Nigerian economy per se. It's not. Some might say, no, who told you? They're not going to get this. You are hurting yourself. You say the government is not going to get. Do you think the government, the people that you call government, do you think they are broke or they are interested in making the state work? The reason why you're asking for breakup is because the country is not functioning as it should. So if you work towards not making it function by sitting at home, they are happy. They are happy. They keep sharing money in Abuja. They keep sharing money in Abuja. It doesn't really affect those people that we call government per se. So this is why certain, order came from Nnamdi Kanu, allegedly, through his lawyers and his junior brother, that sit at home and certain things should not be obeyed, this and this should not be done. But Simon Ekpa has taken over. And if he created his own movement, it would have been different. But he kept, under the IPOB thing. And that's where the problem is. If he created his own group, gave it a name, I do not think that IPOB will, say anything or maybe accuse him of being radical. But if you remain under the umbrella of IPOB, then the principles of the founder of the group will have to apply. That is it. So as it is right now, I do not know what Simon Ekpa is going to do. Maybe he's going to create his own movement. I am not sure. But Simon Ekpa is not going to come to Nigeria. Not at all. Not now, not ever. Until that Biafra is gotten. He has zeroed his mind about this. He already knows. And Simon Ekpa, not just coming to Nigeria, cannot come to Africa. He knows what happened to Nnamdi Kanu, the extraordinary rendition. They're only waiting on you to travel outside of that country. Once you move out, they will grab you. Israel, definitely, they know they cannot. And we don't even know. We don't even know. It is possible that if he probably God saved him when he wanted to go to Israel and he was stopped, they could. It's possible for them to meander and find a way to grab him out of Israel and take him down to Nigeria. And that would be a huge blow to the struggle. But then, the struggle also requires human empathy. There are certain exemptions that has to be put into it. You can't just act and say, we have to. Everyone must obey what we say. This is how it's going to be. And you are out there abroad. You don't know how those people in that particular region are fending for themselves. And you say, yes, you've done good for yourself. You've done great for yourself. But those that are there will have to continue fighting penury whilst fighting for freedom. Freedom, yes, does not come easy. There are those that will RIP. There are those that will go hungry. There are those that will lose one part of their body here and there. I do understand this. I do. But I think there should be a better approach, such as studying the government and looking at ways to press or to push the hand of whoever it is that you wish to turn his heart by force in your own direction. So guys, I don't know what you think about this one. Drop your comment, like and share. See you in the next one.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.